Hey, I'm back. Hope everybody's doing good. Just got back from court. Of course, it was an interesting day, and I realized what today was. So if anybody's following my story here, I had court on March 25th. During court, the judge clearly stated that I'm supposed to be back in 45 days. So that's my schedule, and then prepared to be back in 45 days. Excuse me. I go down to pretrial services to get my ankle monitor checked. I see a new officer again. I see a different officer every time now. And he notifies me that my court date is in 2 days, on Thursday, today. And I said, no, it's 45 days. From the court date, it's not 45 days, it's in 2 weeks. I was there, I heard the judge say it. And talked to my attorney. My attorney said, yeah, it shows you're on calendar for Thursday. And I'm like, you and I clearly heard that the judge said 45 days, right? He was like, yeah. And I wasn't recording him that time. So I called him again later, and I recorded him saying, yes, I remember the judge saying that. So it helps me understand why there are no cameras, why they're so adamant about having no cameras in the courts. Because it allows them to manage and manipulate information. So all the judge would have had to do, and I'm not saying he did this, it might have been miscommunication. But when things happen repetitively, every single time you're waiting for the thing that's going to change, throw you off balance, you kind of start to get a little skeptical, wondering if it's, just a coincidence. So all the judge would have to do, if it wasn't a coincidence, is let the stenographer know ahead of time. I'm going to tell him to be back in 45 days. They don't give a wink, nod, or anything. They already talked about this beforehand. The stenographer keeps typing away. 30 instead. I miss my court date, and I have a failure to appear. And then they can just come arrest me and then put me in pretrial until I go through this trial and make it as tough as possible. So thankfully that didn't happen. I made it in today. And today, what this is supposed to be sentencing, and I was talked into signing a plea deal before I was given all of the information about my case, about how to proceed in my case, after paying Mark J. Victor $35,000 and what does that mean? Dr. DJ Gahn, Gaughan, $5,000 for a fake psychological evaluation. God, get off track when I start doing that. Where'd I leave off? Were you even listening to me? Oh, geez. Okay, I should go back. It's been a long, stressful day already. It's still early. So anyway, stenographer can type that in. Just put 30. If they wanted to, I don't show up, I have to go to jail. So yeah, made it through that, made it through today. Oh, and I realized what today was. So I went in for the sentencing hearing today and asking for them to drop the case, just drop the case, or to let me at least go to trial and ask for the exculpatory evidence, ask for all of the records that I'm going to need to prove what actually happened here. And I need to focus more right now. Yeah, so I went in, the attorney was late. I've tried to contact him. I don't care if I'm calling these people out. They're trying to lie to my face and smile at me and act like they're my friends when they're trying to work together and manipulate me to sentence me and not let me work through this like I should be able to. So I might need to make another video here, geez. Today was basically a test run to see how I was going to react, what I was going to do, and to give them 2 weeks to prepare. Oh, now my ankle monitor's going off. See, this is what was happening. So it'll give them 2 weeks to prepare because they know that I don't want to take the plea deal, that I want to go to trial, or I just want them to drop the case. I'm to the point right now they could stand me up at a firing squad. I don't care. I don't care. I've gone through this so long. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. If they put me away, that means I'm supposed to end this video. This thing is not. I've charged both of my batteries completely, so that leads me to a good segue. While I'm in court, I have my GoPro and as I'm going in, I have my GoPro and my video glasses in my backpack. I put my video glasses on, not because I'm going to record with them in the court, but just for like emergency purposes, you know, if I start getting assaulted or something like that. They noticed that I had those in the bag. The guy that, this stormtrooper that was down there, didn't like my jokes very much. The other guys did. They're cool. That stormtrooper made sure he went to whoever. He passed the word up that I had a GoPro and my video glasses with me, which I've taken in there every single time I've ever been in there. Well, not the video glasses because I've just got those recently, but when I went through the x-ray area, I put my video glasses in there, and all you have to do is touch them on the side. They're just touch. So those guys turned my camera on, so it was filming when they gave it back to me in the bag. And I put my glasses back on, and you can see in the corner of your eye, if you look up this way, if the little green light is going. Yeah, but you have to make an effort to look. If you're looking straight forward, you won't see it. So I'm walking around for a little bit, and then I go to look out the window of the courthouse, and I'm like, oh geez, that's on. I turn it off, put my hand up here to turn it off. I go get in my bag, and I get my computer out to start doing some stuff. I was going to type some stuff or charge my phone. I was going to transfer the footage off of my glasses actually and put it onto my computer so there was nothing on it, so they couldn't say that, oh hey, he was filming in the court, you know. But it was, God man, these guys think this shit out. So I got that turned off. These guys come walking around the corner. Excuse me, we're going to need to confiscate, or we're going to need to hold your GoPro and those video glasses. And I was like, no, I can hold it just fine. It's okay. I said, well, the judge has ordered that you give those to us. You have to take it downstairs and you have to sign in. Now, I have videos on my video glasses and on my GoPro that I don't want to give to anyone. Those are my property. If I'm not being arrested for a crime and my items are being confiscated, or the guy kept saying, well, we're not confiscating them because that means you're not going to get it back. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're taking them, whatever word you want to use for it. And I was just like, I'm not going to give these to you guys. No, I have exculpatory evidence on here, evidence that could be crucial to a later case, and I don't want to give you that, you know. It's like I might as well, yeah. You might as well be able to just get on all my computers and all my phones and everything. Oh wait, that already happens. So today was their test run. Anyway, I ended up not giving them my camera and anything. Went in, talked to the judge. The attorney tried to make it sound like we had had several conversations over the phone, that we'd had time to talk about anything. The only time that I've talked to him on the phone, he's driving and he says he's going to call me back, and then I don't hear from him. And it's been a month since the last court date. He told me to contact me 2 weeks after the court date, and I didn't hear from him, so I called him, and it's just been this nonstop me calling and not getting an answer. So I finally have an appointment to see him, meet up with him, and go over some things. And I'm just going to tell you people right now, I'm not going to accept this plea deal. They want me to be a felon. So as soon as I go on probation or parole or whatever they call it, these people are going to treat me like a complete piece of shit, and I won't be able to say, hey, don't talk to me like that. Or I won't be able to have any of my rights. I won't be able to vote for Trump in 2020. I won't be able to have any of my firearms, which were taken away because I'm a Second Amendment advocate and a targeted individual, not because there was any reason for them to be taken away from me. So whatever, I'll just get back to my test run today. So they wanted to know what I wanted to do, and I'm just not going to do this. I'd rather, I don't know how many brothers and sisters in the military have given their life for what they thought they were giving their life for freedom. Some were, some got tricked. This is real. Whatever they want to do, I'm doing the right thing. I need to do this. Otherwise, it'll go on forever. So here's what I think is going to happen. They know this. They know that I don't want to accept a plea deal. They know that I'm trying to drop it. Since the attorney conned me into signing the plea deal, before I knew that there was a motion discovery or exculpatory evidence or any of these terms, knew my rights, motion to compel, they talked me into signing that plea deal, and I never would have done that if I would have known any of these things. I thought, well, I just got screwed. I guess sometimes you get screwed. You take a big bite of the sandwich you don't want to eat, and just take it. They got me. They conned me into this one. I'm just going to take it. Then I learned all that information. Now I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. If I can get that information, I can make it through this. The more I try to get it, the more they attack me. So, and the more I try to document what's going on, the more I get attacked. I got told not to bring a camera in the courthouse at all anymore by the judge. So basically how that works is if you disobey the judge, even though you're not violating any laws or anything like that, if you disobey the judge, he can hold you in contempt of court. So if I were not to pass those cameras over today, like finally, if I were not to pass those over, he could have held me in contempt of court. That's what they told me. They can hold me in contempt of court and put me in jail for 10 days. I've got my daughter with me, and now I want to go home today. I wasn't planning on going home today. I thought they were going to Shanghai me and go ahead and sentence me and then put me in jail for like a month to make sure that my business is ruined and everything. Just disrupts my life. Like this hasn't enough already. I've been going through this since January 4th, 2017, and these people have been dragging this out. They won't give me the evidence that I'm asking for. It just goes on and on and on. The attorneys are all impossible to get a hold of, and they drag it out. And then we go in there, and then they ridicule you for it taking so long. So this is what they do. They create the problem, and then they just, like you're a little bad kid. And then you try to go, well, hold on a second. Actually, and then I started explaining what happened. And I even told the judge, Your Honor, you said 45 days last time we were in here. My attorney and I both heard you, and I'm just talking to him. I'm not supposed to do this, I guess. I have to say, "Nab, you heard," or whatever. I don't know. I guess I need to learn the proper way to communicate. Since the attorney's not going to say anything for me, and try to throw me under the bus like that, make it impossible to talk to him, and then try to make it like we've already had some conversations, and it's but just this guy here. So. If they do go ahead and sentence me, it's basically proof that they're trying to just make my life tougher. Because if they were just trying to find the answer, find the truth, find justice of what's really going on with this case, if they really, really want to know what is really going on, they wouldn't sentence me and then make me go through, I believe they call it Title 32 or something, Request 32, Title 32, I believe the attorney said. I have to go through this process to request for it to go back to trial. So basically that's a way for them, so I signed the plea deal under duress, without being zealously represented by my attorney, without the exculpatory evidence from the police department, from 11 video cameras, possible 22 if they have them on their vehicles. So there's at least 4 or 5 body cam videos. There's gotta be. They're not gonna respond to a call involving a firearm and not run their body camera. Unless it's intentional and they don't want it on camera. So, this not filming in the court is not okay. This is not okay. Because they can basically do what they want. Say one thing, stenographer type a different thing, you ask for something to be put on the permanent record, you don't know if it has been, you have to wait until the case is over to request the transcription from the court. So you wait until the entire thing is over, and then you request that transcription, and then you could find, wait, they didn't put half of the stuff in there that I gave them. If I would have had a recording of this, right? So as long as they're in charge of the recordings, they're in charge of the stenographer, they're in charge of if any audio is recorded in the court, they're in charge if there's any video in the court, and you have to request if you want to take video in the court. So this next one on May 8th is going to be my sentencing date. They're not going to let me go any further. They're either going to, they're not going to drop the charges. They're going to either drop the plea deal and let me go to trial, or they're going to sentence me, and then they say the plea deal was no jail time and no prison, and I would go on probation for a couple years and make it through that. If I do that, they're going to make sure that they find something. They're going to put something in my house. They're going to arrest me, or pull me over on the road, and find something in my car. They're going to, and I mean, I won't even eat a grape at the grocery store to test it out, because I understand what this targeting program is and that they're looking for any little thing. I will not do anything at all. Zero. That's illegal. You know, you go over the speed limit a couple miles an hour because that's just your speed fluctuates. That's about it. That's about it. Everything that I do, the only thing that I do that could possibly be illegal is I have a cannabis card. If I didn't have that card, that would be illegal. Other than that, everything else I do is legal. So, there's me going off on a tangent again. This whole thing has been such a drain on my life. It's been a drain on my daughter, my whole family. My son's moved out. Yeah, I'm ready for this to be over, but I think it's going to be a long time. So yeah, anyway, they could go ahead and sentence me. I go on probation. They take this ankle monitor off. Yeah, if they do that, I'll just file that 32. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm sure the prosecuting attorney watches this stuff, and the judge, I don't know if they're supposed to or anything like that, but I don't know, them to do kind of what they want. They have you notice they have cameras all throughout the court buildings, and you can't film in there anywhere. Just not even for posterity. Like not if you're not going to post it on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. But why can't you? What are they trying to hide? If they're for safety, if there are video cameras on every street corner and on every private building outside for security measures, for posterity, for if something happens, you can go back to that security footage and see what happened, right? If there was a he said, she said, there's video of it. That's where this needs to go, because this is not a system of finding final justice. And I'm not saying in every single court, every single judge, this is different in all situations. And I don't know if the judge can research what I've tried to tell him. I don't know like what kind of laws, if they would like monitor him, if he researches this stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They have weird laws, rules, stuff like that. I don't know what they can do. But long story short, if they go ahead and sentence me, then I might go to jail for a while. Even though they keep telling me, because they always tell me one thing and do another. They could sentence me, and you guys won't see me for a while. And I don't know if I'd make it out of jail. Being targeted, who knows? What else do I have to say? Oh, so I've taken my daughter to court with me quite a bit because I want her to learn this process. I want her to see what happens in court. I want to see how people interact with the judge, the prisoners, all of it. Right? You don't get. They don't teach you that in basic public school. You don't learn the law really, and You know, what a better opportunity for her to learn how things work in real life. And today, when I went in there, they told me that no minors were allowed in the courtroom. So I've been going since whenever. Got arrested on January 4th, 2017. Been going through this since then. My daughter's gone with me half the time. She'll sit in there next to me. And today, no, sorry. So I guess they figured out who she was before. Maybe, you know, she looks a little older than she is. Maybe they're just like, oh, she's an adult. And they figured out, oh, that's his daughter. She's 16. He watched his YouTube videos. He told us. Or we got intel. I don't know. They don't have to do intel on me anymore. I just talk about everything now. So the intel was before I was doing all this. I mean, they're still doing it, but I just go ahead and talk about everything right here for posterity. It's like one of the best words. I like that word. A Japanese guy that used to come into my antique shop, and he collected World War II internment camp. I don't want to say memorabilia. Items. And his card just says Jim on it, all big, Jim. And he said he had the largest internment camp collection in the world. Jim with the, yeah, so anyway, he would buy things in their internment camp kind of stuff. But he told me that word. I do this for posterity, for the future. So that's why I'm doing this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this whole thing, but put me in jail, do whatever. I always expect the worst, hope for the best. Sometimes the worst happens, and so I'm documenting it. And if they, I'm just gonna document the process basically. All right, so everybody wish me luck that I'm gonna make it through this. They keep giving me death threats and, you know, the ice thing, I'm gonna ice you. You folks that have actually gone through this, that have been targeted, that they give you the, like the repetitive covert messages where they make you see that, put the same kind of item in front of you 20, 30 times in the same day, and you're like, all right, I get it. Okay, ice. You're gonna ice me, or whatever, you know. Truck that almost hit my daughter and I, it was an ice truck. Daughter that, or the big rig that hit the people over here on the I-10, killed the lady and injured all the people. That was our ice truck. All this other ice stuff going on. I'm walking in today, and the lady's got a blue bucket of ice in the elevator. She's like waiting. She makes sure she goes in there with us. And I'm like, "What's up? What's up with the ice? You got? Is it? What did I say? Is that for the beer?" Just joking, being sarcastic because I'm, you know, we're in a courthouse, so it's a joke because you can't have beer in a courthouse, you know. And she was like, "What'd she say?" "Yeah, it's BYOB." Something like that. I don't know. All right. I keep feeling like I'm missing something about today. You know, these people are not, those cops were, I mean, see, here's the thing. That people say you get more with sugar than vinegar. And sometimes you have officer friendly or judge friendly or whoever friendly, and they're like, we're here to help. You know, like you heard the politician. I'm from Washington, D.C., I'm here to help. Like that kind of help. So those guys were really friendly today. Talked to one of the officers. I was explaining a lot to him about organized stalking and harassment, how it's compartmentalized and goes through FISA and fusion centers and InfraGard and Citizen Court, the SSG, the whole, like, I wish I would have been recording. I rambled that crap off pretty good. Not crap, but you know what I mean. Like, it's like trying to memorize this map back here and then just go ahead and present all that information from memory to somebody about multi-layered, organized, compartmentalized groups. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you get like gang stalked on the way to the place, and they're messing with you, and it's always a new, something comes up new. You're like, wait, what? I used to be able to do that. Why can't I do that now? And they like slowly take away things from tell you that you can't have things, you know. Make up new rules. Can't have that here. Which I had no intent to film in the court. And really feels like the Minority Report, where you're being accused of what you might do. So I'm curious to get on my video glasses actually and see when that started recording. Ooh, I'm gonna do that soon. They didn't get my glasses. I'm gonna get on there. Yep, I'm gonna get on there and check it out. And I bet you it started recording when those guys had them in their hands. Ooh, let's see. All right, everybody have a good day. I'm glad I'm home. Who knows how long this will drag on. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but again, it's not my fault. I'm asking them to do something. They won't do it. They keep trying to gaslight me and make it like it's my fault that I'm asking to have a fair trial, or for them to give me their side of the deal, which there shouldn't even be a deal. I should have been back here that day when I went to go get coffee and kept working. But jeez, what a if I make it through this, man, I'm gonna be a tough bastard. I mean, I'm getting there. I thought I was a long time ago. Tough here. All right, I'm out. If I think anything else I missed, I'll jump back on you. Everybody, I hope you have a great day, and all the people that are going through this exact same thing that I'm going through right now, or worse. Some people have it worse. Some people have a lot of physical pain. Also, mine's from injuries over the years. I don't mind the technology they use to harass me doesn't hurt me. It just annoys me. So anybody that's going through this right now, I'm sorry that you're going through it, and I'm sorry I haven't been networking very much lately. I got to the point where I was like burnt out, tried to have a relationship, tried to do all kinds of different things. Got in the middle of like some group kind of conflict in the TI community, and I just kind of backed up for a minute, and I was like, all right, I need to focus on business, need to focus on family, need to focus on getting my eyes not like this. I don't think I have much hope with that though, because I really think they interrupt my sleep somehow. I mean, I have an idea. I won't explain exactly how I think they possibly do it. The point is, there are ways that they can disrupt your sleep, and then you don't get good REM sleep. And you just feel tired and drained all the time. Like almost like when you're on a TDY or deployed. Well, someplace you're deployed, you get a lot of sleep. That's all you do because there's nothing to do. But then, like, you're actually in theater. I don't think those guys get much sleep. I've done that myself. Can't claim that. Well, I have a national defense ribbon, but that's because I got activated during 9/11. And we were wearing flak jackets and helmets for 20-something days, walking around the base looking for UXOs and stuff like that. And I keep going on and on and on. Keep going on. And I keep saying, I'm out of here. Willis, what am I doing, man? I swear this stuff, a day of mental stress will wear you out more than a day of digging ditches sometimes. And I've done both. Done construction, mixed concrete, done roofs. I was a firefighter. Unloaded trucks full of Christmas trees and pumpkins by hand. I've done a lot of manual labor. I do manual labor every day, looking for these hats, up, down, on my hands and knees, looking through them. I might as well be like picking cotton or beans or like some kind of farming something by hand. That's pretty much what I do every single day. So. All right. You know what I'm doing? I'm procrastinating because I'm just thinking about those hats. That's why I'm procrastinating. I've got to go up and do that. I'm so tired of doing it. Thankful for an income right now, but it's really after taxes and after everything, it's not a good income. I might as well work or drive an Uber. I'd probably make more than I make after taxes, and then whatever. Shut up, Mike. Everybody have a good day. God, look at that. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. They got better a few days ago, man, but I even looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, your eyes are looking better, dude. And then today, man, maybe I just got really bad sleep last night. And I went in there like that, with my eyes like that today too. They're probably looking at me going, look at this guy. Looks like Uncle Fester with a suit on. All right, Uncle Fester's got to go to work. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.